Alright, kiddios. First segment of the Mick Bastard Show starts right now. I'm going to start things off. I'm going to tell you the story about how my friend exited a shitty job like a boss. Technically, he was let go, so he didn't get to quit like a boss. But still, I hope you're going to love this story. So, years and years ago, me and my buddy, we worked at the same place. And I worked for the same company. It was a shitty job. Repetitive, boring, shitty pay, and the bosses were all douchebags. And they were preppy douchebags at that. Worst of the kind. Worst kind of douchebags you can imagine. These are the kind of guys that wake up in the morning and they say stupid shit like, oh, it's a power tie kind of day. And then they sift through whatever kind of Iowa Hawkeye ties they want to wear to the office. This is usually their casual Friday. These are the kind of guys that used to wear those Zuma pants and high tops to the gym and do deadlifts to the theme song from Cops. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Kind of guys that wore No Fear t-shirts in the 90s. So before I tell this real quick, very important I want to add, I was just going to go ahead and tell this story and just, no filters, just tell everything about it. Then it kind of dawned on me that it's not really my story to tell. So I messaged my buddy and I asked him if he'd be okay with it. He said 2 conditions. He says 1, leave my name out of it. 2, leave the company's name out of it. Which makes perfect sense because, for professional reasons, because right now he's got a job that he really likes, he's really good at, and he's in kind of a managerial type position. So he doesn't want anything to kind of jeopardize that. He says, you leave that stuff out of there, you got to go ahead to tell the story. So here it goes. So years ago, we worked at this place. Like I said, it's a shitty job. And he just, everyone loved him there at first. At first, everyone loved him, which also makes sense because he's a real likable guy. Real nice, treats everyone with respect. Real, good, solid dude. Kind of guy you want, definitely want in your corner. At some point in time, one of these snobby assholes must have got their feathers ruffled by my buddy, and all of a sudden they didn't like him anymore. They wanted him gone. Well, apparently one night on his lunch break, he was looking on the computer. I think he was looking at ozfest.com or something like that. Well, these idiots frowned on that. So I guess they used that as the excuse to fire him. Apparently, it wasn't a good enough excuse to fire an office lady who was, on company time, mind you, was looking at the website called babynames.com. She probably gave about a 5-star blowjob on a 3-star scale. So that's probably a big reason why she never got fired. So they call my buddy into the office. They sit him down. They give him the whole spiel about, oh, we don't usually like to do this, but you leave us no choice. We're going to have to let you go. He, I think, just said well, whatever, man. So just give me my last paycheck and I'll get out of here. And they said, well, not so fast. You got to go home and get all your uniforms and anything that has the company name on them and bring them back. So my buddy goes home, gets all of his uniforms, stuffs them in a big black garbage bag, goes back down to the office, walks into the warehouse, and there's all these redneck drivers standing around probably talking about the latest fucking Rodney Carrington CD or something like that, or the latest NASCAR race or something. And there is the unholy pig of a boss that fired my buddy standing there over by his desk. Yeah, his desk was in the warehouse. You like that? What a fucking idiot. So my buddy takes the garbage bag full of these uniforms, walks up to the guy's desk, flings this bag of his uniforms onto the desk, knocking all his papers, his Palm Pilot or some shit. This was early 2000s, so it probably was a Palm Pilot in there somewhere. I want to say the dude's laptop bit the dust, although I don't know. But I do know that the guy's pictures on his desk of him and his wife on a beach in Mexico, and he's standing there with a margarita looking all flabby and man-titted and shit, you know, and pictures of his kids. I mean, that's not really cool. His kids didn't do anything to anybody. But yeah, then my buddy ends it perfectly by taking a big middle finger, sticking it right in the guy's face and just going, "Fuck you." And then he said the guy's name. But like I said, you know, I said I'd keep all names out of it. And he just stormed out of there. That was it. It's not over-the-top cinematic. It's not, you know, it's not any of that. It's nothing that people probably don't do, you know, almost every day. But pretty much he's the only one that I've ever known to get to do that. Just be like, well, you guys already fired me, so I get to tell this preppy douchebag idiot just how I feel. And he did just that. So there it is, kiddios. It's my first video on this YouTube channel. Hopefully it goes off without a hitch. I'm trying to move around because I don't want to just stay in here and just record just in one spot. So that is that. And if you like the video, tell your friends, tell your family if they don't mind a little bit of vulgarity, a little bit of racy language every now and then. And that's it, guys. So until then, I don't know, I guess I'll see you later. Take care.